كده دريغل قوامسيغا دال سيلتيال رومريرال توتاو تو ارجست كده مقدما مو program كده ما مورا ارجست مونيترا تيال دي بوقتو سيسي اغوترو كده مال دي الامريكا Thanksgiving and Family Day يبرول سيل Thanksgiving and Family Day سيل Wednesday before ngari sel wasing Government Employee Appreciation Day goramle nani sel imora goramle klole ngor ongal ngale le budget trigidra blur belal mle dal bangari mang kada mle decide wase kada postpone tial activity mang kotruan kita mre asol mna mre ka budget kada mla sa ni paise ukse dal o klise de focus ra a future ndi tara adul dur ke bai sa se abai moklo to tre la ra to make sure each ministry ngare gel ka grows activities tir the one of the things el gumra lo hacen got to cloud to trail partners el employee appreciation I recognize el trial employee of the year abek el ministry maigel la gabalment ma el alto ta trial to el guest ngartianga trial tira a mngtaklela auror trial adel tira ble denominator tir man diso kan utial teale gotru la momren asuler abek el adra gabalment كده عم بيقولوا عسى عملوا تبلو التايم سدولين ترتيح سين prepare كميل غير لا volunteer work وايسه من ملاريسل تليبل تلال سيغانرا October 1st الوالدولين رايو سان ام نو سي del pasarín بدمرن اسولا realmente دي ميل مول مولوريو I think that's most important boys adro hospital mil mol mولوريو adro gasto my immigration ايل بتقولوا 24 hours عمل دي ميل مول كده دريغل لولو ايسرا سينت ماوس راسي علي budget اولام باسري يا part del budget ado donde hace the year before قدم لي increase salary ra rogul other government by 10% so already namo in place so قدم لي مدين lo hace even though temle pasra continuing budget le del buil en degal meigara a December 31st mga gadoliyet tertito sa hindi maldi il sila talbuil at talbuil would have been November 1st imlaw amrek mang maral mlani ababiling del tilob lengar alef lo ay sira adra gabalment lo asay al sumang digal sa del pasra budget kada molinit kami lo asay sa next payde como kada molinit lo asay valentil 80 hours digom di modu del 72 hopefully al pasra budget mo sia del retroact ay galudo dio sea bled askri di sel tangal tangatri sel friday era al gira del mora 72 hours emne sia del pasra budget maktidu le sege del akbade lo ase hoy mo sue bagarud ndi sel goter gira clarud del gira la adal tira ora la galuro el gida me sen degal sel matro agil ngelo aset man mon monore país sea goto klol el gira del recognize seriera rogul adra gabalment they went above and beyond misel el understanding el til betigan ni rablur bela ul tagasoren oy tangi di luror eto gutmo klangar liremong te legal mrenga sura rogul employees gabalment terseguid el dedication el tir avec el sil se luror di gida directly el employee of the year lo hace ding ari tiget mal to bets and outstanding el gira ro recognize el tir sel angari agora opsel ngari agora tergibel sel incentive lo bangel tiro go amo receiver sentela vice president $750 el incentive lo mantrir plus etong sel automatic one step increase why say mang kada mo congratulate tir makti mo muy wan clear adora ter camera gir mabdura trial ad tira bodo muy wan tende galo mesana ne to tira ad vela bodo trial el mriglo aurora bekel sils lula aigel urior el mashora ad vela aqalt mokla tira amlong alakla they are outstanding aigel gida expect bekel sils godama mo ura sel ministry ra agriculture, fisheries, and environment. Manggaling iti a ministry a Fabio 6A. Engal Fabio Sikse enga fishery specialist. Adi lungil engel director Persis. Nsiya man ko adi mo siya nga kre. Smoothie. DDE siya kita mala sa kulsing ni board. Amwa mo DDE engal Fabio bodo dongali.
Mal extensive ngalswil mera Euro. Nga ara high level meeting mera kan technical Euro so wala divisions ra aquaculture ma coastal ma oceanic. Hindi el time Fabio ungara laigal tografat ma local fisheries development ra bureau. Mga direk kalom la madang li lo bangel la li oto del guk adamam ra bureau lon ngo certical partner sergi dar wachai ga guk to ra development ra fishery sport nga direk kal ngarngi experience ngi ra project management sa logot me sois ben direk kal mle implementer sel project ramam with FAO direk kal to rafat direct ngaya madama melon ngaser adara omengit tokora commercial fishing we're closely with POFI marwa PCFC Northern Reef direct lo provide support tal mora tmagayuk la tokora aquaculture policy development elak mora gel guktal sal mal high level el tokora your office من غاية security رغم من غوك ملونغر ألين مو مغسسرا لغرا جيترا بقل الإندرا وريور متمل renovation أوبيس مني غير ألين مغض ذورا أذن بمرورا أوبيس رغم درق المتمل إيرت من فابيو مرمورت الجيري لا إيرت مال ulgum مملانيا أذل غرا outside غير السل أوبيس رغم مال وسنغا فابيو there فابيو here فابيو everywhere. To summarize, ngal Fabio remove la real outside position description rin. Derga tal time logora demanda raise maluba logora ulu lang lakra 5 weekend logora demanda overtime. By make sure sa trigel adalon maseriya mo compensated accordingly hindi nga mal takabolosa da tembel maududel. Sel tal dolgoring lo sali make sure en komolungul get rest dagadim overwork en wasentiak ay ga real balum gire dal gutmokle o mam sulan dim le gay gidra kwamo shel gire la Fabio. Thank you.
Thank you. Sulan Fabio. Na service record mora blur bela. Raise ukta diul المرسل Ministry of Health Vice President يا سن Ministry of Health and Human Services مقدمون ترى Miss Lauren Brataut قال supervisor رانجل أقبلنا Ministry of Health هي Kathy Quinto المو Employee of the Year الألوك 2025 Miss Lauren قباولا
Baralungil tutaw President ma Rebecca Ministers ako malmusulang rate al me syogay rangal baral makreos al nurse ramam ngal kiati kinto amlamo 20 years la nurse 12 years la temela ulubyor al ngara clinical mang mlarsel new ring years mera 2017 ya public health nursing aru or ngul mera public health ndi ul mendia kamsal masang nga di marayararbay. Lenga omes tirgel smera al di nga rarakablirir. Tirgel dom ko dong artir alwaset to homebound. Mangmal merong ulo martringi, hindi ka mamadime saklong yole laurerel. Akyati hotel dedicated, committed, hotel madamdem ka. Hotel kaya karengrel selong adu. Mang arsme ramal mo maklawaran rirsel labong akyatin mo omeserti. Dira kal yawriyor al beyond hours. Letira ka on goal matawriyor after hours ma weekend ma holidays. And then dira ka katal time alas ka akora awray sa malubel complain nalwase nga uspe arrest nga kagira kal lolongul lelek man na mo tired dira ka katal krang sid mga ato ulwaysay. Sir almetiging la minister ratuta ulwase Kamer Office President ang mesyo kay rakyati. Makarok lang, aktimil karok lang madiratik. Mababiling el rakyati ako lang kalalmiak pang masasayol. Emerald katalalaun lang. Yaktur tiyang, yara ato la pa Manila envelope ngarang ya papingira atrira alsen. Etyagi da papingira rakyati. Nung lodagi mas hem imatemata akong lamasa sa niyol. Tiyak mal ko makay lumso de lakyat. Sa salyol tamaul ndirs me rakot. Tiyak mal ko de lakyat. Ako may musula.
Musula. Sula kyati. Okay, elakaduk morsel ministry gidra public industries and infrastructure. Makmonitringel Director Giovanni Isaac. Momosyoka Mr. Mel Ivan Darwin. Nga urara bangela. Director Isaac mo mere mong ngora mo didi ire naltutom. Sula.
Mr. President, Prime Minister, kal employee lidera FBI order office lidera mulukul mal moduli se minister gaul mentara koram no tagi del employee of the year talo officer lidera mulukul utuma setelah undas masih selalu moda muluk laut untuk masih tasel office mulukul order behind the curtain. Sel kamam may sel ada blabolo mo katong robis ng lamor sel point ng lamas arun Ini sel ko lang mal ola kung nga adrat muil ek malungil smodi atlete la urior mung mo lalak lamas marubak nya mula setyaji ta sel aran mo ko mtingel lang dili kal maltrol issue ya ongerun Valentin ndakal Valentin assign del morsel Board of Land Surveyors Examiners siya umadalil board and din dia ka officer til da ka mag BLS wal host tirma expenditure tirma staff lomentary ngayi da dire tara assign del mo urior sa yidul urior selbol mereng mal take the time el meo aisra nga kalpula sa nga nga mildung ra meeting nga nga aul ma BLS amal all gora up to date when it comes to seral kukla kura morning tayi del initiative niya mal ni kura klo assistant ni no nga ul mo sa del start el issue el license el motor private surveyors ay gida kura pepira urel nga maul mo lo employee of the year sulang.
Okay. Thank you very much. No, ise kaduk muluk kalmora ewan sulang Miss Termel. Kita muluk kalmorsel Ministry of Finance. Tera Ministry of Finance tera kal tuta President. Oy. Bende ka Ministry of Finance. Akleso kalau ska award di bereng mora aradra urior kadamral potrule imleso dal angartia director ger ringil el ukomter Ministry of Finance el mo introduce ringel lo employee of the year Ministry of Finance di unfortunately a director ringil mengel lo employee of the year para Ministry of Finance Miss Darla Babauta, ang area important talakol, ang area la Department of Interior, Ablu Ramrigel, el degal sil OIT emertel recognition al sils. Hindi agumra lo ase kotru la kadamra asula Darla almora askura ikrel bela lilutel mer belaw. And agumra sige del smela la Darla, se ala OT Darla. Mal madamdem di wila muduringi rabe kelta mengarang rolmud di blolungi la muduringi and make sure most importantly when it comes to finance and accounting ayel record dergi the ma tabdel awdo the ma sisable awdo she makes sure that it's accounted for to the highest standard. Oy, ngariara, ogero asem, ngaramang masada higang audit report kita delay. Well, let's be very clear. A delay audit report has nothing to do with Darla. A Darla kaltmok laurel. Ako vida ulang delay. Semne change sel accounting firm le Deloitte mlo Ernest Tenia. Amle change. So just to give you an idea, all time last year, hindi mle sera 1 year tukutmok la tool audit report. El arrak etamlas mnula tul mabdula tral kutmok la trire they're doing everything they can do to catch up. Ese agumda so en otisel dedication masel el niya commitment tra adarlal work masel ureran comes first all the time. She gives it always 100%. Mayele ndiri kal complain lo ase mlamo nak la time. Ngarcel gut glaurion momrek, and then that's it. So Darla, congratulations. Thank you. So algoro moria screen. Inse del mesama amdala Darla. Elaga mora ministry gidra MHRCTD. Yes, el minister matul gida so that more recognize Miss Indira Absalom. Nga compliance officer sel Bureau of Tourism rigid como será minister ng malore del morega dramay gan kampal sambrial mo introduce a Miss Indira elected.
Sula Presidente di ngal me favor ngal Indira Absalom adra media potro mo minister en bay gam president del bureau. Kita mendengar kebetulan orang seisal la PBA. Obes ak mutta dire ngani atalang tingil el ministry ngani selguk Bureau of Tourism. Esel lurere la compliance make sure agar rogul shobar kalgang godang ultirak la lul belaw. Engal Indira Absalom manamo tri rak lo tel bureau. Ngaya aksilin gotel award employee ending kare radil nga odem ewargil. Esel akmos mo tribal part raurel makasal adam madangay. Agar rogul terbela ngani sel BOAT se Boat Operators Association for Tourism. Rogul other bela low air tagiril register tertir approved muigel tertir adim netil maar. Engay gidel Indira ngay angar lel el siraber check ay rogul tel make sure ang lo aral properly mula report ringi oto del Mersel board sing ania board ringi mo decide mong sa tal tan sa elmo airtra tourist india siya ko to klolurel atar ongerul kora kloloru ringil to koya الدريغل واتريغل بيبير الأرض أقنات تبذيل ممرو لجل الريول ديغل بارت راوريرل تال public transportation system كذا مدنجت مغني جل بصر مرتر بيلاو ngaya tar tirgel adal da kamodenge sel matamal labas ngaya mo dedro tataya ma transmission ma ayer rogul gora motelang tingin sel basa indira mdiregal partneringi edire ngani sel go program rgi del EV egel T plan ayer ngaram da madala civic center ngani solar charging station ngam diregal murtre gi del tokora EV esel molasta kaudol gidir gabil ili president trabuntir tirgal adra taxi Del all time over agim na matigan niya kuktiam na report ra PVL meron mamam was sel lager da trigel FIT Freely Independent Travelers Raskojo and dia kalau tanggalit mo kumara bodola taxi mo oliviu nga ma team niya dire kalau rio labantir tiga ada taxi elia agim na mitra adra airport Minister Obiang el mome kisur nga niya kukurasa in local taxi yang nami terdia terge rogul tetiu ngania 9 adra taksir bela umnar mula babilingir makada bengat mungarnya adra taksi bisa mengger dan saya mau kolertir asal airport termultakar kami lagi the president betul kolurere la Indira ngata tergel adal dia kamesang mal dia ngararbal korang ara gemik di selngarnya kora require the lorioring to the memrule including regal mrula lights ra a Christmas ergit sel mo mesagan light sel mal koro make sure mo ya Christmas spirit tergid ngare la atiri rendi gablo lungil bergid enga kita tergel top del momru la lights sula president
sula Indira mrilo rem ra bekal sils egida uk imul المرسل ministry egida education Oye, ma sokal mo ngutel talo litra Miss Norma Marsay nga principal sel school drai rai. Muk me mo DDE a Mr. Sydney Rumulbay gatara sa ale kinister. Ga computer lab manager sel school dra ablu rai rai mo. Norma kamu kuradi mau di dia Sydney bodoh dongali sulang
Mga ministers nga kamal ko ra nervous hindi ako nasek nervous dim la ko mangali tiyagi dala sing mo itetelen or ak nervous excited del mal proud rangal staff rangal martial hindi brel al tutaw so anyway Teacher Sydney, namo 12 years laurier lo bangga dara school drai. Nga title rangi el alta amle career o me computer lab manager mo career guidance counselor sensei gadio dokta karokun. Sera kotel muraira yang armin. Magit makalurior yakno mesal waseng gadia kadil Madu tialo mitu gamsil nga mlara classroom raw ngara classroom el me ungra ra garo kul computer school el molmu tra urandra school Michael buildings nga all over maklo la senga obasel tokol la sekendu le borni angrang yak remustel morni ase tiak magararmin Enya sendia kaya mal biota gadi sabi I can do it. Even ang laamal mo nginding smake lele butmokla. Ako talkater niya mal kloar ngul. Mali mis kloar ngul sabel mga dadura ngal gal morsel rulya ngal gal mo kora morsel smoothie al sumgam niya issues. Leng ngakakmal mo dakal sabay kal handler ngi makbure kasi Sydney mo ngoda durang ka. Sungat klise. Nga mustra gero gulurio raskul makmal mal klola setra skule drai. Mal dakal so angod al department ng ministry abololarnil. Nga al sela classroom el meraguran dal muraum all over. Dia ka ral dakal gat makli. Kita di mesa ngimding lasing. Gaya deserve tiya gidalem lamot telal submit ranklen.
di mo diya ka mong masa kwaswal masa ano kasenggang ra mong malungil ade diya ka mga yes leng akmal nom tigrawan ito ko ra about tingla ba 3 years ago yak no remeng sa isel lenga mle weekend ng maral mo ra babaldab emlar niya bilis minister obi ang almelo itra bitray gorangs mal mlamo dio makyase bedin en maral mo ra girel morngi emesa mang stop em almu kilobult emos mikrolelem longul mogut maklis ya uriwlia other cell neighborhood amle subda kala setya gidalgit maklia asenser ka di mo ura nga sulel mang away segi da dia kadir nga alsel school nga ngara alsel tog dal mora community mang akong nasak malingon mo segi de mal mere nga sulil congratulations lingka dim na kalod nga lasi nga employee of the year.
Okay. Di aman misulang Mr. Sinir Mulbay. Principal normal kala sedro tuti selo aseng. Mga isel dangara Olympic nga isel micro all around. Gala sedro aseng all around hanggang wakol tra all around. Nan misulang ya Sinni. Ay sila ka kimun mo na Officer Vice President. Makata ngutial teal Vice President ako ramle designate ringel almredranemo. Mr. Wayman Tuay mo introduce ra ngel employee of the year Officer Vice President. Ngia none other than Loma Ngamayas. Disaster Risk Reduction Officer. Sulang.
Sulang Mr. President at tial malingol total marakaw Vice President mapekal ministers mapeklat. Trikal na mamerekal mo adu presidential ministers directors supervisors ako rawal tilbilal tu egal alda kagya loma. Mangkoram ring nga kamo ruli lukukmal morba mapeklat. Mang wagagidil molkol mo going further than the extra mile trigel kinamatan mo adaloryo rengel compensated ding tarayek mo ere mawriw la daw sa ringi badakat maklawryo sige da ari to lobang important tel the note maloma tarakot tel bes la additional mer obisigi nemo in her short tenure nemo ang malklo improvement ra operation ramam for example like al ra public advisory ano makira ba siya bela ol dia ka infrastructure internet sorry lomo mang sel o legal advisory ram to dra kabseng mo taong to trablil o makalel mo ra shell ray mo niya connection mo si elol to legal subud mang gigi dagel ko ra direct mang sa salok direct remote tra earth mang direct wal sa edol dong micro all around oy makmal di unang summer president Marvel Adel mas mamati al merta ako ultra loma may kalugi lurere mera adrogoy minister of ang direkal ngako ra way gaung yel ertel bogota ke brarame de kalonga alu o mga kamral musulang congratulations Miss Loma.
Production sel DDE mreli Mr. Tuay. Ilauk to yun morsel uk ministry gidra justice. Gida se rigam ring ro rape kalsil 24/7 suadrung te al mo recognize monitora Miss Chief Sonia Olgrin umbel DDE Sania Olgrin umbel DDE Edil Du Isaac Wengang Warrior Cell Division Rigid Police Officer 2 Warrior Cell Division Rigid Juvenile Justice kada di omes rasya singa ni enanga off island nga training personal trip ang kaladi ko na sim lang until hour de off island. Mang kada litra Miss Sania Mabol DDE. Sula.
So lang Mr. President, malungit total mo ka, minister sa ka, Vice President, media, other way. Of Island, Officer Isa, kandi nga niya ka talibal, aldatul ngimbit maklibirel, makulungit na madibok ko, yung malaka maoit. Officer Ebedung L. Isa is hereby nominated as the Ministry of Justice Employee of the Year 2025 in recognition of her exemplary performance, unwavering dedication to public service, and steadfast commitment to supporting both the Bureau of Public Safety and the community. She began her law enforcement career in April 2022, and as of December 16, 2025, she has completed 3 years and 8 months of dedicated service. She initially served briefly with the Division of Patrol before joining the Division of Juvenile Justice, where she has continued to demonstrate professionalism, discipline, and strong commitment to continuous growth. Although still early in her career, Officer Isaac has distinguished herself through exceptional initiative, and a commendable work ethic. She has earned several professional certifications, including FBI certification in fingerprinting, Cyber Pacifica certification in online safety outreach, combat training certification by the U.S. Army, and completion of U.S. Army victim identification training for anti-human trafficking. Her contributions to the Division of Juvenile Justice have been substantial. Officer Isaac has conducted over 20 educational outreach sessions, handled more than 15 criminal cases, and issued over 25 citations. She has also participated in numerous task force shakedowns and manhunts, consistently demonstrating reliability, readiness, and sound judgment in the performance of her duties. Prior to becoming a sworn law enforcement officer, Officer Isaac served as a junior advisor with the One League program, a nonprofit organization dedicated to youth empowerment. In this role, she helped facilitate 3 successful drug and alcohol-free summer camps, serving more than 200 youth participants. She has also supported multiple outreach activities through the Division of Juvenile Justice Restorative Justice Program, and has assisted minor victims of crime with compassion, sensitivity, and professionalism. Throughout the year, Officer Isaac has consistently exceeded expectations, embodying integrity, empathy, and a strong sense of duty in every aspect of her work. Her positive attitude, exemplary conduct, and unwavering commitment to service make her highly deserving of this recognition as the Ministry of Justice Employee of the Year. Throughout the year, Officer Isaac has consistently gone above and beyond, demonstrating integrity, empathy, and a sense of duty in every aspect of her work. Her positive attitude, strong work ethic, and commitment to service make her truly deserving of this recognition as MOJ's Employee of the Year 2025. Employee of the Year. Congratulations, Officer Isaac. Everything Isaac? Okay.
Maldi. Oy, ngangari arorel boringila. Okay, patrol sulang Sanya, and congratulations on mura Edil Bung Isaac. Pero uno ko namang aktibo ng lumung related ang mong Isaac ledrik nombre kal director ng Saudara atara Employee of the Year mo. Congratulations, Director Isaac ara. Proud father, so Madungtial teal uktayu lal mora Ministry of State, Minister Aitaro. Kita amdengel wase beto ka abisem el morger mager. Oy. Ding mart marudo kang artel total mo show kari gide DDE Mr. Jeffrey Niraget Tour Jr. Gaya amlo Employee of the Year, Ministry of State. Sulang yung Minister kabong didi yung galing. Jeffrey.
Palmat ko presidente nga kami chancellor of Merlin Memlidi ng staff ng galat mam. Lima na tutang nga kama supervisor ila director Antoram no kamoro lalagim lakay buro basin ang memlidi ng ka. Seguida pora circle cell value ng kalbuy. Nga madi sa kutul mo minister state tak mal absorber tiro gun gigal adlo nga graduate at Taiwan. Practical din lo graduate todo mer bela me brio. Le apply ma imam le sa te alu mo brio. Mal absorber tiro gun te mal di milo brio gun. Ningal Mr. Ngirage da ulmal to kubet. Nga Mr. President ta sel klamreari ni brio. Sel klamreari ni musu o korigera to koy. E dire que sel do som okri mal accept ta criticism ra. Improve ra performance ni. Mga mo kumuyo ektel bal babingel la director Antolo Girel yung mahal mo kamang he really exemplifies again public servant. He goes out of his way to accommodate ang executive foreign affairs matters. Boto ko rail mo mok. Kung la mesang sel do koray kal blungur ma koray kal function to mesang ginagit. And he's probably the last na kamaman maray. Ipol mura sa boss ere moral akte kirapit maray. Kan ginagit amral malamat tini sa gidel sel do ren ali sel do sangar alin yang gutbok lang alin sel bonya tergibul kurang mura ren mare drogi seguida bal kurang spirit kam dia adre perdiu di tilo school dura rene di gidro ultim su seguida nga ko bal matering kalbui le mal blaka mo musubra rene it will improve e dire kam lamo to kala advice tikat supervisor sa yin mga dre la ron kok mo biok tergidro he's innovative ka dire kan selu tung rumah minister Mr. President Vice kaya utility player kama sel do yakyum se bet shortstop do pace gives magalib la home run kada kadilo rula tengah omkan la telbuing dire mal terdadal ni kalau takal kamam bang the versatile multi-purpose seguida ul bakbalamat tini se telen mase open gire la ro to whether related or directly mawrere balu dia ng all be okay nga ma Anton no sin sebe rulit yan pa response nga mo sebe e mo ruli mi ya el bomol butar sulen kol nga ma se lak bakara seguida bal ateringal buig len blakarul musu blakarul audio ay mo lori marcelo na mo dakado sa mortem meeting rige outside sebe mo mo despite the baby time nga niya baby to na family hindi bara lingar masetya nga I signed up to this dire kan mal dakal mabasa ro ring dingil tanga dikak sa request overtime ringi na mo sa mo kira director mas kalbo radio bali ro mo tutaw na mo airport mo riger di ere kamran mo saw lang ilaged makmal di congratulate our brother ka dire kan example more bigyan adra ro mo titil masih ako sumusodal public servant maral musaw sulam Mr. President
Last official ngari employee of the year ni mo officer gider officer president mang diso kan watel sa chief of staff mo di ang geluk no employee of the year officer president none other than Miss Millicent, Isabong. Isabong, ¿cuál? Isabong.
Magkakaroon private lahat what the bring is and kamo employee of the office president
Legen rohui dalam kuliah parlimen rohui ami lame dia akan sampai lakukan di mana dia wes mungkin ada yang ngomongnya marah kecil kecil buat yang ada yang pasal kamu employee of the year lewat lagi dengan mok lani na itali sebuah yang lo menggelar dan situasi kayak employee of the year but just the president for example Ora medel mo tigingel direktora nemo tigingel wasay arbek adam lak mo ay get klung yoli rar adal tiram ral di servitel employee of the year at sum kom laom kodong ra obis ra president rang rule move 99% chance ing isa mo nga ensera dengwa ndir ka katal ensera lo ram do are rangarel ndir ka katal time labong ram lay mitra sebondori at elaklo kom lo ra sebondori mlamong e open magayal da kohi dia ka babier el moringi emrail el dia kalod ngel wasay seng mlarta angal me em lorgir ndil mo tukung ay ge redel ay sabong nga englaklel mo romula ay gel lawes ko sengat magil dimla kabulgul bodo ko asay sabong seng rangkel el bombreli ndingi lo mese tabe madngel wasay atarar adang sang sa imal manggira kal mongo suwir ngarakat magil tirka okya ang dia kaldu kasel okya ka president ng okya ka vice president ng okya ka al minister okya ka bulurbelaw mga alel al surbrengel okya kal moregel gotot kuda babal sabel mora point dia ka elevator ang rule move ngong malamyak like el treble mora third floor and make sure lo say sel action ng gel sensei el Dr. Chengin sa orre del mo hiringi amora imori ra atra HR man sa hiring gel sensei tel contractor ng gel nurse Tore del malaring arwa loren leng ara fichil me mol momio den guk mong matigra taraurior ang ara leda diom kodong ra isabong e wase sel contract rat ang oy eng mga mokler sel sils may sabong at borrol osengel el gire la kabalmente rogir magire la balur bela rogir e ol tau taigel ngi ya ku osengel la president matel administration lol tau tersek makotar other belaw al gumbrang al wase gidro kul ngartiang especially tirgel employees of the year a otuti se lengalak lel mrudul attention mabtulayang congratulations
hal ramraele dikluter mereng asula la isabong ara amring lulere la bekal sils المشورية ده أدر بيلا الويرا بورا final part تيال recognition تل توتان دي سوغال دولا أدي مولتوي selection or employee of the year أغوت المرينغنا الأرغ يقوم بك طول ministry قاري مقبضة سيم normal مال بتوغا nomination المي we allow all principals, we allow all directors, we allow igel kagrocer bureau nominator ara mga uklar sa Ministry of Finance matiam la clone mondal wasen ta ta finalist nga kadya kudingay minister tour mo kasi dia madam ro browser tier man bring na decide so at least give 2 or 3 personnel amlo sa mga mo say no ngiril dingil tiawan maktiaman bring tuwa dolil trawan iletamra lungil. So, Vice President, gidam na yun say each bureau am nariya namin irti. So tirga ng literal ng literal. Sa dak mulway siya. Hindi rin katsokal mo recognize irti. Hindi rin kalukot mo yung all of those that a bureau na nominate irti, the principal, they will get yourself $250 an hour. Hindi rin kalukot tiga rogoy. Kakulin irti rogoy melbertiye. Ito nga imol siya sing aloban trir. Di kunin ito kami rokul dong oklo sa komodore tira mo regal gingal na. O like sil tir, okay? Sula. Positive. You know, we have to talk about the good things. And I think most importantly, terada arula klisi elabalu, ngira kau tu terada recognize still. Kita direct soalan utial teal, mau mutu mau masumara as a leader ambassador Orikasa as of December 11, ay amla return ma bula shabal. So the mutu ase tomo arigato gozaimasu ambassador Orikasa. We wish you the best. Ralsil se kita mo recognize ringel niya UPS el ambasador Ashabal. Ashabal amal merendi tilaw da ambasador engel bes amlak mer engaya Kengichi Kasahara. Se ministra state tinga po receive a credential ngir el litasil se. Oh, magada mo welcome ringi niya ukmom te rablo Ashabal ngar belaw ragal marain merrak. Diregal el sodro aiso ase ngel uk ambasador gi drablura a Taiwan. Ambassador Jessica Lee adiregal al mamrega temer rablur belaw. Mang di nga ukmomrar sel January 11. Di sokal ungtel di trigable time and take the opportunity and thank Ambassador Lee. Ambassador Lee came to us at the end of COVID, but I think one of the most important things is whenever we needed help to get things done, Ambassador Lee was there. Tara Ambassador Landi. We're always calling her. We have this request, we have this challenge that we're facing. How do we address it? And I think it really showed about the face of mini games. There was so much to get done in such a brief amount of time. But Ambassador Lee was there to make sure that we did everything to get the games become a success. And without Republic of China, Taiwan, and Ambassador Lee, I don't think we would have had the success that we had with the games. Finally, this last Sunday, I had the opportunity to. She's always working, so this last Sunday, I finally took her to the Rock Islands with her family. Marstafari. Gimno ngamalis, ngo se tia first time nang almer ngamalis. Makasi ko sa tia blal ngar tia ayah dan mat mokori gitu. Sikrole da kan makli. Ndiri kaman la mo rundown na. Akble share a story kasi 4 years ago I used to camp here for 2 weeks with my family. Ndi kadung wala kala kadung kadi beto kontin makadi ba kadung ambassador mo gira se kami sa tel problem ro kam se emil sorbria vice president and it really has been a pleasure to work with Ambassador Lee in really strengthening and building the strong relationship we have with the Republic of China Taiwan. I think the most exciting things that's happening is this week Minister Lin is coming to Palau, I think for the 4th time in the past year, or 4th time since he's become minister. And I think that's a record to have the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Taiwan in Palau. But one of the things that we have emphasized to our friends is that we want the Republic of China, Taiwan's investment in Palau. And that began with trade missions or economic missions that have come to Palau, and this next Friday, Minister Lin is coming again with another group of Taiwanese investors to look at the potentials and what the opportunities in Palau. And one of those projects has now reached its next stage, which they are now going to sign an MOU to begin the work, and that is with the state of Malgayo, to build a golf course around the capital. I think that's will be historic and something that will be beautiful, just making the capital even more beautiful with all that green and a first class golf course facing the ocean and facing and going all around the capital. So I'm excited to announce that, and excited to announce that he is coming with a team of people looking how they can continue to help our economy get stronger. One of the things that we wanted to make sure was we had as many flights as possible. So we had 2 flights a week. Now we're up to 4 flights a week from Taiwan. And Minister Lin says he wanted to have them daily before Ambassador Lee left, but we're not there yet. But we're we're working toward them. And the good news is those flights continue to be full, and not only bringing passengers from Taiwan. What's amazing is they bring passengers from Europe, from the US, and from all over Asia. In fact, during the mini games, they brought a lot of athletes from the South Pacific through Taiwan to Palau, from Tahiti, for example. So we truly see the impact that the strong relationship has on helping us build resilience, helping us build a strong economy, and helping us build a strong and prosperous future together. So Ambassador Lee, we wish you the best on your journey. And I know her next step is going to be a president of the IDIA, the institution that trains the diplomats that come out to serve us. So what a great opportunity. I'm sure all of them will know about Palau. And we're grateful for that, and grateful for really the 3.5 years, or almost 4 years that she's been with us. And we wish her the best on her journeys. Lastly, last night we were in Irai. Kadamila celebrate ang tira dara Irai ra seluk annual lighting el bilele governor ngirata abo trablu Irai. Dia kamangar se Vice President o Mr. Tian lighting. First of all, a lighting represent ngelmle light trablu la dara adios trablu la then. And that's why it's important to have these kinds of things, to celebrate hope, to celebrate peace, to celebrate unity, and of course the greatest gift that we received, which is Jesus who sacrificed his life for us. Kita amlarse almost lighting, and once again I think in Cedro Ira it was a wow a moment. Esel malblok gisanga ay gadal duk kadangar belaw mo duk frulil mo belaw mga ria sang ma ngigel ma ay gadal ka sa Christmas tree ramrigen. I don't know, Tim, if you saw last night we had a lighting ceremony in Irai, and we don't have white Christmases, but we had a conch shell. Yeah. And lit up, and fish, and because it's Palau, we have to. That's our Christmas, and we made it local. But I think most important, to give us hope and make us proud, and really share the love. That's what the season is all about, and bringing people together. So I want to congratulate the state of Irai. But then I looked across the bridge, and guess what? Koror has already begun. So there's lighting on the Koror side. So it's good to have competition between the states. Minister Matul, I think national government is really falling down, because we have recycled our lights for 4 years. It gets shorter and shorter, but we're still surviving, Minister. We still have lights to go around, but we're trying to manage with the budget we have. And hindi kada marami na sulira. Hindi ka dil tirgel tira. Hindi ka dil light and sell commitment to other Samarial decorate. Inspire other and shows their talent. So kada marami na sulira tirgel rogul tira, come up with the ideas and have this opportunity for this season of joy. Kada marami na sulira Vice President, look play opener cell al first look Christmas program argidra erungul park elangarir erungul park yangarira akoksay ara gawgotay gida selas tamurira Wednesday ara erungul park ngarira kapsingay rakoksay alas tara erungul park elmo Palau High School Ngatpang Community Center, Ngatpang Community Center. Gida mem simertial program ara erungora Wednesday night. Dom tirang ara Palau High School. So damra sulir trial ngal mal blagan practice and perform and to really share the love with everyone. So thank you. Dira mga sulay garogol ministries tira na participate in the embassies. And help bring Christmas cheer to everyone. So with that, bike turn out la legor kami mo agir. Oh, halik. Oh, sorry. One kadabar program na Minister MHRCTD.
World Indigenous Games.
Manigitita Sulangin Minister, manigitita President ma Vice Ministers Media Mabaklada. Wagina na Minister Matul. Avera manigate all participators 2025 World Indigenous Games, Rabluda Taiwan, hosted by the Council of Indigenous Peoples. The first time the World Indigenous Games and biannual event Rabluda Taiwan by the CIP, the Council of Indigenous People, and the hosting and organized by the Honorable Minister Lao Tzu, Taiwan CIP, and extend invitation to 27 participants, including 16 Taiwan tribes and international teams around the world, the World Indigenous Games. Belam na sa delegation of youth athletes, 21 athletes, 14 Marbelam, 7 ngalra school at Taiwan, and nasa joining together say the games. Again, like I said, my 27 participants highlight their same as Pacific Island or Austronesian participants include CNMI, Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands, Team Guam, Team Marshall Islands, Team Hawaii, Team New Zealand, Team Tuvalu, and Team Palau. So, may total 10 sports, makpo the oktang lam oiwaiga gilid sports, matrigil athletes of Narnia and was Narnia results sa gilid sports. So, manado minister kwasa nga kam na head of delegation. Member of delegation, a team coach, Miss Chamila Quarte, Mia Quarte, Rangaligad Palau Corporation, corporate NGO. May one ng alga school, Miss Omi Sangabaw. Actually, I'm the event staff for Tagil and the alga school at Taiwan, and my volunteer hired for staff from the youth envoy, Martin Palau. So I gave you the sports in my traditional archery, and my Mr. Jeremy Nakamura, Mr. Edson Yaiwet, Miss Kirari Edanadalong, Miss Ibu Kumaichi, Rapala Archery. Traditional music and dance, Mr. Keiko Amamis, Mr. Dusty Subdiang et Piso, Mr. Rush Minora Mokot, Miss Ariel Nungil Ben Hart, Miss Ibu Kumaichi, Miss Ariel Dirgavil Siang, Miss Yoltsao Emma Victor. Traditional lock sign, Mr. Dusty Subdiang et Piso, Mr. Jeremy Nakamura, Miss Nila Redin, Miss Kirari Ednadalong. Traditional tug of war, actually was a Telogil team, I'm the part of the tug of war. So Tegil delegation, Mr. Javid Skiep, Mr. Jeremy Nakamura, Mr. Keko Amamis, Mr. Cyrus Sali, Mr. Dusty Subidia et Piso, Mr. Minor Ramort, Mr. Harugi Brel Fukumoto Brel, Mr. Edson Yaiwet, Mr. Lucky Madray Lubum, Miss Nila Redin, Miss Jamira Richards, Miss Ibu Gumaichi, Miss Dirgadil Xiang, Miss Yeltsa Victor, Miss Archane Skobong, Miss Kirari Edanadalong, Mr. Valerio Panuelo, Mr. Chian Jose, Miss Arian Ngil Ben Hart. Traditional wrestling, Mr. Jeremy Nakamura, Mr. Keko, Miss for the 70, under 70, over 70 kg category. Traditional netcasting, Mr. Jeremy Nakamura, Mr. Dusty Subang et Pisong, Miss Kirari Edanadalong, Miss Arian Ngil Ben Hart. Traditional canoe racing, the one athlete, Mr. Jay Bakiap, Palau Va'a Federation. Traditional weight carrying, Mr. Dusty Subang et Pisong, Mr. Cyrus Sali, Miss Nila Redin, Miss Jamira Richards. Traditional free diving sprint, 4 athletes. Mr. Cyrus Sali, Mr. Chian Jose, Miss Nila Reddy, and Miss Kirari Dalong. Isang last sport, the man makasar athletes lang I gave the list no mas was repeated names I gave, which meant one person played multiple sports. So last sport, the madara money except the volunteer last minute athlete, a traditional road running for 11K. Man mga Chief Sylvester Francis Alonso no tera last minute the mo take the 11K team. So I gave the sports on so the mga regular athletes. Notably, for the first time, the man recognized the gold and silver medal or the World Indigenous Games. So congratulations, nga Taiwan, Mr. Chian Jose, Palau Swimming Federation, and gold medal for traditional freediving. And then nga silver medal, Mr. Jave Kip, like Palau Federation, silver medal for traditional canoe racing. Imo last na tinga mertegi was mga sula role at organizer down for some minister ma counterpart ni CIP ma chief of mission or rog ma embassy ra Taiwan bilong Gloria Salim la partner opening ma closing ceremony and their kumanya donation ng ima team Mr. Roy Salim ma role organizers and congratulations ma role athletes sulang na join ang Terabdur Bela team Palau.
Teraga President at maldi mo rin la Charge the Affairs ergid at Taiwan lunong sa ergid. Esel final sa rin sulala dere kal Ambassador Lee. Let yang President so kal isip ndim na kaudo belal mo oit. Ta maldim le Taiwan ulum ara ticket ergid ma hotel ergid mo oli diu ergid maro ursel pulra Taiwan. Msula.
Okay, 내가 이 뭐 이제 올라려고라. Open for questions.
Paano expand rin mo yung bebila ang nariya bebila pa federation lagi para di mulukol vice president talaga di malaki mulukol pa mga tara ruta hopefully mo niya ko plans mo o codify the way you get it members pa sila bebila ka mamulukok.
Yes, nganya gimo ada meeting rumah all week for a debrief logan to itrigel long. Tara klol do meser niya agel tablol all dorul games, Maria OBF agel sel traditional games, mga ni Belau games. Menso ko ra am yo gidel incorporate agel protocol federations mo participate agel kakarusel games. Sel bukal lutul monitan sa nganya adadal kalpmokal mong. After agel interesting wakal sports sa gidel ngomugod. Tama ko tool lo ara swimming pool er adro ko amugod lo de. Eko dam ure di sa tool blam ngai ngora wa the innovative ways ma aga tama traditional games and mem hormone mo kora modern. Sige dai to kay gidol sa other mura swimming pool mo mga dubi abugod.
الكويشن اللي قال legal games ويقال للغون واق ملي وان selection process kami utiral update self center mo.
So Lord, again was ngere me question one selection process ita. Well, the first time Taiwan invite outside participants to take the game. So why get minister was you must get list or tel paget the mek was the game so ngani. So the mix of participants was the going to tira baby was professional athletes I got team Palau sports the closest sport to martegi the event was the going to tira game. Then there another one question one factor with the athletes in Mong. Again, first time experience more Taiwan. Observation ng mamok was of course at Taiwan I'm not competitive matungit tira Olympians mar team Taiwan mar professional athletes in Mong ding minister na signing in mek was ang swadam lulik tagi the mo youth games. So one of major criteria was ang la youth athletes on tira bela Mong. And then that was a noted part that the Mong was note other organizers. So was it's malungira running question ngarnya you tagi. Then we said yes. Maulma Miss Mia Quartel coach I'm not joiner tagi. The doc me observe was sell the return and then say off year next year. Because the mga incorporate tagi the games so open attractive or more youth.
you have any questions? Yeah.
I wanted to, I guess, ask the president or somebody here that might know. I saw yesterday that the helmet wreck, you were on the helmet wreck, and that's back in service. Again, that's wonderful. I was either the second or third guy on that wreck when it was found. It was found by a guy named Dan Bailey, but it was like his last day and his last dive, and he hardly got to see it. So Francis Tribune called me up and said, Tim, get down here now. We've got a new wreck. And Dan had told his boat driver not to tell anybody about it, but his boat driver was the brother of our boat driver. And so, blood being thicker than water, he told his brother, and then he told Francis. And so I was probably the third guy in, because Francis was usually the first guy in the water, so when I got down here. But what I'm wondering is, I understand that the harbor, I'm asking this because I'm also field correspondent for Easy Dive magazine, so we're doing a little thing about Pacific preservation, that there's going to be some dredging in the harbor. Is there like any plan to preserve like the Half-A-Day wreck or the Urakami or any of those older historic wrecks, or will they be affected at all by the plan? Or I don't know how far along the plan is, so
Questions. So first of all, the wreck yesterday, it's, we want to first of all thank the government of Japan for, and the divers. That restoration or cleanup work has taken over 6 years. And I'm sure you remember it was full of depth charges. In fact, they removed 429 depth charges. So that's why it took so long. So they were explaining the process. They would go into the hull, had to break them apart because they were already kind of welded together because of this. And then they'd have to bring it out, encase it in plastic, and then bring it to the surface. And then they hauled them to Kamesang Dakin Ngatpang, and then they took them interior to burn them and get rid of them. But it was four. Yes, so it took a long time. But the good news is that it's all been cleaned out. But in the process, of course, there's been some coral damage. And so when I was diving on yesterday, we thought, no, maybe this is a good site because it kind of ties into the port. There is some coral that will be affected with the port operation. Let's transplant some of that coral there and rehabilitate that. And maybe we can make it a dive site that people can go dive and plant coral. Make it more. So something I was thinking about yesterday while I was diving on it, but I wanted to dive on it to let people know that it's safe. And so that hopefully the tourists will go back and visit it. There's times when it's rough, and it's good to have some other safe places that you can dive. Just to give you an idea on the port construction, really the main thing that's happening at the port is an extension, and the extension doesn't go very far. It's only about 100 feet out. So the wrecks that you're talking about, that doesn't come anywhere near there. But there are places that they're going to dredge to be a little bit deeper, because currently the dock can only accommodate vessels less than 10 meters. So they're going to make it so you can get down to 12 meters so that the ships can come in, bigger ships can come in. Because right now the biggest ships, sometimes they're stirring up the bottom because it is too shallow. So that's the main thing on the port, and those wrecks should be in safe condition. One of the things to note is I didn't know that they had already removed all of the depth charges. So I had actually approached the U.S. and said, well, you can't build the port and upgrade it without taking care of that wreck. Because if that explodes, the port will collapse, right? So the good news is the wreck has been cleaned up. We can be sure that when the port is completed, we don't have the chance of that explosion happening and then possibly impacting the port. So
they did that in Rhoda too. They had an operation, and I love the name. It's called Bombs Away. So But they cleaned up some depth charges there too. It's pretty tricky, so I'm glad that's
Yeah.
all cleaned up, yeah. That's a lot of depth charges.
It's a lot of debt charges.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
President kamne mention was tigel through Ambassador Lim no sob el mo titigal investor nga rat Taiwan nga isele MOU bolongot mo kangiral mera girela of course malgayo nga niya daital gora project cost del modang lil girela del golf course.
So it's an MOU, basically in commitment, say the group. Lomangel ablo ramla tayo wala kasi tumomura urior. So that means next phase, sumta saying they will bring a design team, and then of course after that they tell. I just know saying they want to make it because it's around the capital, first class. So and just to give you a background, when we went to Taiwan, May, it was around May. We went to visit the golf course. It's an eco-friendly golf course that's up in the mountains in Taiwan. Mungel developer sell golf course. That's the same group that's coming to Palau to do the golf course. They operate one in Taiwan now. So I said, well, if you can do it here, let's do an eco-friendly golf course in Palau because that's what Palau is known for. And one of the concerns that people have is too much pesticides and all those things. So come and develop one that meets the standards with an eco-friendly approach. So we're great to have I think partners that really are innovative, but most importantly care about the environment, because that's what we want to invite to Palau, people that care. And so Minister Lin is he's from the community that these people are from. I think he became mayor or Selvalu before he became minister. So it's basically the business people from that community are getting together and say, well, we build a golf course here, we'll do the same thing in Palau. So
Yeah, the kora como lo mention el wase el Christmas season el staff ra government tablo el mga mokla to kora Christmas light nganya kora uta swela igal governmental el mosabaril by mistri ra ngal gra school elementary or high school malbol sabaril como lo mention wase to kora creative. Maybe ngun master nga school boring ya competition at Christmas decoration in the future ngora di so akal share since po koram lo mention ra ata alma adu ma artistic ra igal light lo ruler adara government.
Yeah, ma'am Sula kumralo sa blue rai ma blue ra oriora I that's a great suggestion. Last night, the same Maraira, course, participate. That was part of the program. And Maluil suggestion, the minister two rings. So maybe in Uxel share say how we could do that next year, get the students involved. Yeah, Sula.
Sula, President, Lungil suggestion. Akti and Special Assistant Jenkins as el chime in. Actually, kita lagi build this way. Yak muli approach ay kita le ministry or ngiter tip mo me rangal ka school ber erngul Michael Kakarusel. Amne response tira wasing telgibul simbara rangal ka bolor turut alait. Ma lagi koran bersegi de blostop. Din dia kada stop belum dasul momruringi. Maybe in ngania creatively termulang ran di trigen mo mga tiut mangranga. Agi koram lo kakar segi the liability marangal kama safety mumlo ta ki moruni lararak di direk dolas man moruni ap modam kora igal each state government abais el direk kora participate the incorporate a school mo partnering sige da kora agi moruni ra di sulara will suggestion.
Yeah, and one of the things that we're thinking was next year igal Christmas program mo blol dingar erung le ngara
igal gyms
by the now to ka chin mo complete let's sing ngara ameuns. We can hold it there. I have one in Irai and one Liliwek. So get more communities involved. Make it.
pang.
Metel nga rat pang na ombre. Dire kami so kalchero se ligara horror side. They have a snowman made out of recycled plastic bottles. So something different. Yeah. So it's really a demonstration of art. Malungila. Na Santa Claus.
Vice President, comunidad atrás, other bella, which I commend other bella, el morir tiale, el nurse el morir tiale, hospice it's the.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So, en waset temla, ngal tila coutringin do kasi hindi gimla mo ready mo. Oh, ya mahal kasi bahal mo kung kung ngala status ra tiale. Blay ma.
As you know, last week, Thursday, mlaringi le ribbon cutting, President tamle open sa igidal transition facility, se walwara official opening and the elal Thursday, niya 2 days from today. Engi raada mo mobile more al sel sa igidal facility, engi amu la aureor. Diregal ngaringi amla gerel mel was ng ramang ngora dim lakal salbeto kar other belawal mo aureor Well, let's make it clear. As you know, President of the Republic amlamo 2 times sa laborasora masaw dalwas ang girel open ti al facility. So last till June o semla April Last till April ang agi ada dueng agi waseng mo open ra June. Manggigil dire kal laborasora waseng mo open ra June. So agi start till announce ringi lolingit ay gale hiring announcement till girel hiring or other belaw. And this ay gidal diria kar other belaw el me samariar el me apply el me urior. So finally, Augusta gi decide was el look margoda open ringi do sigar ringi dil adal sabi el me urior. Mang sayidal Auguste niya sa paedal malar adra uri pingal ngartial belur belaw kay kita directly morangal refugee mla join ngari arte del ngal belaw lo urior. So sayid yang lo sa paedal mlabot tirigay gidal adal gi mo spare minimum number of staff agi mo spare tiral do mang mlamo tamlahay emrom sayid al mastata operation ringi Thursday yang iya ko mo open tirgel ngara 4 to 5 patients ngara hospital tirgel gidi ako tal adal mo soy sa baringi and then inya mo ilo ortial facility
reality yung wakla kita na mo sa other bela madabora ro ulurioren ngari baby ra tra lulo urior abay da abay mera sulit triel te da bela so join artir encourage others to come leng sin ngar set train mol mo sin monors so it's a good opportunity but sulam
Vice nga question na kan. Di girel sel last year, sel project o lang ara hospital. Sel health system sel provide the data for better. Palisin so kadi okay update el girel sel nga data el platform start to split from that program or nga data available sa amin malay for reporting.
Oh yeah, ako marangal was sem last start mlamo sa bayad malay tal nga el basis sa gidal tulal gib lamang ulo sisbira ministry o mang sabaygal connector kawal morgel tirgel guk ngara ministry ra hospital lo ruter sa iyang program na give adang mansum nga niya ko information mo spe ang sabiral provide adang
Igora ti so tan mo audition me victoria ngele manager ra NDBP nara oversight hearing ra Senate temlom salta الوسائل FDIC banks Togunia Bank of Coma Bank of Waigal banks mala 400 million deposits yung 370 million na mura wa Hawaii makwam alo spell wal loan ral mura outsider belawlem of course ngayon office branches til nga raigel balu yal adi nga 3 million dispersed throughout Palau ngora di swatan ngau tu semel kirel selwa sengani nga kora al du el sabet el mga du artil mo help rar other velal partnership through NDBP el rato ngora housing abang ngara kora tu semel kirel sel
so kita dim dingel was tial issue ay gal bangara ko blue ngar bela el loan out loan mar other bela malon sons in fact مغطى problem, so one of the laws اللي بدأت pass back in 2014 was بول على NDPP المملا deposits بولسيل أي الودود يودو در أدر بلال من غير مرابان بولسيل circulator السيل أبلور بلا in fact السيل se يوم مسا 52% ترى loans السيل أبلور بلا NDPP all total 52% مطمئن يل بانغ رول غير بلا NDPP majority leng ayel pangarang do blo akpulo ase ndekal sa amal loan out ndekal sa amal garantia security ndekal sa amal al magarang now tilal idea ro ase ay gidele Bank of Guam, Bank of Hawaii angwa odo sa NDPP mang loan out tilang wilul da so ditila di create more expense for NDPP maula kadam lateral eliminator say man direct so that's why ngari silul das one the DPP needs to be able to take deposits. The other one, sel blal blel biskit sela idea Dr. Yoshino. Wase kamia by create a Palau savings bond. Munsi lor sis about the Miguel NDPP munsi loan out al sela blur bela. I think that's le no matter what tegal bang kasi mal risky mal dekal sa pamamaleng dekal sa mlaut magida ige issue til. Magada munsi dal lo mondar tire ga pindekal change. Take it, take history tin merel. In fact, at terminal speria imora ruma kasi post office pang kadi mo deposit at mail out hindi ka. Okay. Mang bral kira talaga ngayon and that's where we need understanding other all bin mo understand kasi. Klise lablo. Bebera time kada imsa foreign investment. Hindi ka ludo do ngar alse lablo. Sen recirculate lablo hindi ka klise lablo. Sen le klise la shaban. Ashabala actually tebay tiye emiri roba udo top dra blurir marwa gore ay hotel lemrin or top udo dra blurir ranganam ela na motivel beot ndi amle point te ase metiel udo da sum dinga rabluma ingalada aldim del tilu dra bangeng nga ela we have to put it to work leng ngal bangal keep tel udo da lagal loan out rietya amadam they have to work hard to figure out ase ngara say the investor and what can we help regel kombalil and then it can generate revenue pay for a loan we make some money and give it back to the depositor that's how it works the la system rida malbiat marsa ito the brero so one of the things that we need to I think work on so sulang ra will get na I hope other will be more understand that it's not attack on those banks. Kada a limitation or tir, maganda say, okay, we have to find a solution. And there's other ways to solve it. Tinakal dik mention kasi, kada mga surya otro alvin, telepaser sel Saudi loan. I think resolution natin ng house, tinakal sel official mailing, mukna niya at the friends at tir ma adra house. So hopefully mo bre mo kan free ito sel final memo mo sedel. El-implement rin, pa lisem lapas. Tiri kami nga sulir akna sa tara original temlemit tra hindi pia sa other cell. Palau commemorative coin. Kidam dingil wase. To me mal simple. Mlama mreka case temla collector udodra tigel other uktira amila yel udodra before. Temla work with this company temla kongil wase as a settlement at the pergida 1 million. So total katong 1.5 million. So 500,000 I get fine and mga tax a million ang self commemorative coin company in May, lual pegel back. El mora ay gagidele NDPP. E mora ko mo start per NDPP na every year. Madi question na kasi every day that we don't do it, that's money mesel mesawis bro NDPP, especially NDPP. Hindi ka toruri. So pati ulit na torul bilo siya. Na umre komsu, na umre ka study, na umre ka karkadil. Let's just move on. Senga kami tirta. Lenser? Alatas ka lenser ase da mre drotto bedi. Bolse mbatok siya kumada do ulterong el sodim pototali. I think that sometimes we these are issues Timle Shirley, David Paul from the Marshall Islands was here. They started that universal payment plan, UBI. And they're going to distribute to sell 3,000 al other among like payment till just through a digital wallet. I think I shared at the other press conference lang. Invite na mo sel gar IMF mal solo lisiri na lang. Kita mle start. Ali kita mle elite yarur. Mergo mol da lakrin ol da lakrin mo godir. But that's okay. That's our decision. That's how the democracy works. But set part ilagdam sa penny up, penny down, look na mo clone mondarablo. Yamle magulgara David policy. So how much are you paying for each transaction cost? Because you know, sell bolaga pennies and you have to operate with checks or you have to operate with a credit card. Again, cost. In fact, aula company doesn't sometimes hindi kalsal like a credit card. Every transaction, yung area percent $3 bank. In fact, it's 2 to 2.5, 3% depending on a type of card. Kasi klolo daw. El peria company los pay card. So really companies don't like. Hindi ka choice. Ilal am na mo deka pennies. We definitely have to go digital. Makulira si. Tela ko tel digital wallet sel transact daw do. Hindi din look mo. 1 cent or something. 1 penny for a million. Basically, it's free. I mean, if you think about it, and that's what we want to be able to do. Kita, partner lo mangila. Ila tingnan na partner lo mangila ibara kumbali. Basically, help till develop and because of the partnership, they get it for free. Magida, partner lo mangil sel kumbali Ripple, which owns XRP. And so, sell time, ito malulus perigid. Tulus perigid el help el create sell el stable coin leng hindi na kasi iruri ng rigil. Well, guess what? Na mo sa iruri ng rigil, at Trump ang punang president, na mo sa bail. So what happened sa sell ligargid? Now they want to charge us for the wallet. So awal kasi mlamat. The opportunity mlani, nadim le questioning rule audit, low easy. Pero mlamat. Now we have to look for another opportunity. And that's why I think important igal press conference may mo understand that other. So kita deka da borro ba yigi del bank rango do blue business al sira blue bela. Pero mesa ngal san sela do remote al sira blue bela is el krisi ela at takatake blue. So we have to find other alternatives. But igal bank au era del lola do din mong because they provide services that we cannot provide. But if there's other money, let's invest it locally and there's ways to do it. So sulang aragan.
Yeah, the last talgari ka mo na Minister of Justice ang goram na rin incidental di lubra Cheller Elil el tara inmate of course niya incidental ra last til milya tara inmate mong los mere lang gagitel bu mlan mo tel rulia de osishil to milya tara inmate ang di kangara custody mang ngaringi ar kalbus salmle message salwase at gawal di bleli kriel kung tong okal munira adarala mo mga atu ringi engel gaiti del inmate tara inmate tangilua meral chair olbadiak telul manggora di swat el logere minister wase since Lora la chief rigging iragede diato de ngawuk te udingel wasen ta acting al ubang tamlam mo chief ndi nga adome sing tigal buik oy nganyatel maliren di umral wase kirel ngaringa adal liable el police mal sugo mang lamo ko ramo ko ma bubra el sela cheling tamal mol mel ngar segi den tru aleng kung dasen close to talel even though katum tingel was ngayat tal malim ta simren di cell safety rar inmates and ngara sel DOC mong pora di swat ang mga opisyon din si
level of safety according to Muraro kung others say whether inmate nakakastudi. I can confirm that there was in fact an incident yesterday. It is currently under investigation. man di akal disclose sa details, hindi ki-continue take steps el continue make sure that the safe for us, el police lawyer, including chief Rachel, ang aring Bior el Almaral, el investigators el incidente. Igida manamol makang kada mo ko dala blid makado re other sel kada continue active ko rin kada continue lo re other sel gidal el BSL play, and we're doing as much as we can every day, try to keep everyone safe. It's a very congested place, but for now, in sabi kan confirm, was nga niya incident na happen, nga niya investigation and maran gilid.
Sulat. Okay. Namuhin. Para di muktial el mutter mal dimre asula adra media no si el me y queda wamle kamang la program rigid recognize la employer government tida last el recognition era el sils mangada di muktial teal ukmo recognize tigel ukne to gubetsel sils tirela godo happy birthday and mora Mayor Julius ngangara customs. Another name for him is Banni. Dire nga Clifton Robots, nga School Administration, nga MOE. Nga Delfina Sumor, nga Polwana Elementary School, malaroin. Dire nga Philip Tirso, dire nga MOE, dire nga Polwana Elementary School. Okay, tiyaman klop parira Polwana Relalsit. Nga Carmen Pipit, nga BHS, Bureau of Health Services, Ministry of Health and Minister and Human Services. Molin Thomas, nga diri nga Ministry ka Vice President. Nga BHS, nga Ancillary Services. Last, nga Keith Mesablu, nga sa Bureau of Fisheries. Ikita maldin mo mga sulir, mangitak lang ang tangat at mortir. Kita direct mal mga sa ilang holidays. Gidra maklat ka arbe klase bodo karigik la. Kada celebrate but be safe. Kapag sing ani aklol ko yol na happen na tem nombre kal Friday na upload ng pa. Mula niya adal na accident nos me. Madiri ngarakoma mang kada mal dia maklat ka bekra to say oy let's celebrate di kada mo karigik ya di mo karigik tiamlan mo makalari ti adiri kal sel deadly weapon uktom le tara largi ra say sa adri say drink and drive and be safe mak dia kan drink and drive not drinking and driving ay dia ka toldak. Okay? Hari lihat el diak, lihat diak. Andi kata meral di mana sudah rubah kara aklangal tangat el beskid el kierti al mungil belu and most importantly sel aklangal tangat el beskid mesendra di tal ngal sea got klol el gift got klol present mlamergid magada to celebrate the holidays, mungtial-tial, yung executive branch, vice president, marunong ministers. We want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas. Idaktali Happy New Year lang. Next press conference again, amo December 31st, makulit tial si Ali. Anyway, usually sel afternoon na December 31st, kami asil. Hindi, kada mo celebrate last though press conference close ra year upamali apes ra ata adios ro makaltangat ra gidro goy mablo ra blur belau. A very Merry Christmas to everyone and thank you for joining us today. Sula.